Vi skal til Rumænien, hvor det historisk problematiske forhold til jøder er blusset op i en ny diskussion. Den rumænske Nationalbank har nemlig udstedt en ny mønt, som er præget med portrættet af den tidligere præsident Miron Cristea. Han var i starten af det 20. århundrede patriark for den rumænske ortodoxe kirke. I slutningen af 1930'erne blev han også præsident, og dengang kaldte han jøder for parasitter og fratog 225.000 jøder deres statsborgerskab. Den sag har fået den amerikansk-rumænske historiker Radu Ioanit til at kræve, at banken trækker mønten tilbage. Og tidligere i dag talte jeg med Radu Ioanit, som netop er den historiker, der startede historien. Han arbejder på dagligt på Center for Advanced Holocaust Studies i Washington, og jeg startede med at spørge ham, hvorfor han har bedt Nationalbanken om at trække mønten tilbage.
Well, the problem here is not so much the church honoring Miron Cristea. It's about a Romanian government institution, which is the Romanian National Bank, which honors a totalitarian former Prime Minister of Romania, which was directly involved in the denaturalization of 250,000 Jews.
But Mr. Cristea is also known for other things than just what he did as a prime minister. He used to be the Patriarch of the Romanian Orthodox Church for 14 years. Isn't it okay for the church to honor their old leaders?
Absolutely. The church has the right to do whatever it wishes within the framework of the legislation which prohibits the cult of war criminals or pro-fascist leaders. Yes, the leader of the church did other things besides persecuting Jews. He persecuted leaders of other religious denominations, and including members of his own church. He was pro-totalitarian, and then he became a totalitarian pro-fascist leader.
How do you see his action towards the Jews? How would you characterize them?
Heavy, rabid anti-Semitism, without any hesitation. Before being prime minister and during his tenure as a prime minister, both.
What kind of reactions did you receive in Romania on your action?
It's a good question. It's a mixed bag. First of all, it's important to state that the State Department, through its ambassador in Romania, expressed its dismay, its disappointment when it came to this coin. We had excellent editorials in newspapers saying that basically the church crosses the line of separation between church and state. And finally, we had quite a lot of anti-Semitic reactions, which did not surprise me at all.
Why didn't they surprise you?
Simply because Romania is a country where, according to government polls and Gallup polls, 29-30% of the population says that the Jews deserve their fate because they crucified Jesus Christ, which tells me that an old-fashioned type of anti-Semitism, partially induced by the church, is still very active in that country.
Mr. Ioanit, thank you so much for joining us.
I thank you very much.
Problemet med jødehad og andre former for intolerance er markant i Rumænien, og der er ikke bedring på vej, for de politiske partier griber ikke ind over for problemerne. Sådan lyder anklagen fra direktøren for et rumænsk center mod antisemitisme.
De fleste rumænere kender ikke manden bag den omstridte mønt. Hans udtalelser tilbage i 1930'erne er glemt.
And he said something like, we weep for the poor Romanian nation squeezed for its bone marrow by the Jews. Not to react against the Jews means to be led to extermination while alive. So these are the words of Miron Cristea that he said in 1937, and this basically is the essence of his policy. People, they do not know what Miron Cristea said at the time, what he did at the time, and what he promoted as a Prime Minister of Romania in 1938-39.
Ifølge Maximilian Marco Katz ser politikerne passivt til.
Usually in Romania, the political parties and the leaders, usually the political leaders and the opinion creators, they keep quiet. They don't get involved, and they stay far away from these subjects.
Ifølge Katz trives intolerancen på grund af uvidenhed.
It's coming from the education. I believe that it's a lack of education. I believe that things like combating anti-Semitism and racism or being tolerant are part of the education that kids should get at home, later on in schools.
Intolerancen rammer også landets Roma-befolkning. Den er på det seneste kommet i fokus på grund af Frankrigs udvisninger. Rumæniens Roma-befolkning er en del større end landets jødiske samfund. Faktisk består det jødiske samfund kun af 4.000 mennesker.
Actually, you don't see Jews on the streets. So this is a country where anti-Semitism is reviving without Jews. At the same time, coming back to your initial question, yes, I do see the same kind of attitude when it's coming down to the Roma minority.
Canadisk politi har anholdt 3 mænd, som angiveligt var i besiddelse